happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. So we got another huge update. Now, you guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to check this one out, as we got every sign in this one pointing towards guilty. We got that corrupt New York Attorney General Letitia James, law, license, and freedom at risk in this one, and I'm excited to get into it, so we're gonna hop straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Letitia James says the allegations against her are nothing more than a revenge tour by the Trump administration. What's your response?
My response is that Letitia James is one of the most corrupt, shameless individuals ever to hold public office. She is guilty not only of those crimes, but of countless more crimes by using and abusing her public office to try to persecute an innocent man, depriving him of his rights, engaging in a conspiracy to obstruct our election, and to overthrow our democratic processes and procedures. She is guilty of multiple significant serial criminal violations.
Letitia James says the allegations against her are nothing more than a revenge tour by the Trump administration. What's your response?
My response is that Letitia James is one of the most corrupt, shameless individuals ever to hold.
Now here we have a New York County executive who is asking for Letitia James's law license to be revoked and for her to be punished for these allegations against her. I am guessing that the assumption here is that where there is smoke, there is fire. And Mr. Steve McLaughlin of New York, county executive for a county there, is saying, look, we need to penalize this type of behavior. And you know what's funny? I think Letitia James would be in agreement with that, because she came out very forcefully and did try to penalize that type of behavior that she said that Donald Trump had engaged in. Let's take a look at this letter. So the letter says, in part, I respectfully refer your attention to the enclosed materials concerning Letitia Ann James, as detailed in criminal referral submitted by Director of the U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency that is attached to the enclosed grievance committee complaint form. The documentation outlines multiple instances in which Ms. James appears to have made false representation in connection with mortgage applications and property records. These allegations raise serious concerns about the integrity and professional conduct of Ms. James as a member of the New York State Bar. Moreover, given her position as the state's chief legal officer, these concerns necessarily implicate the manner in which she handles matters on behalf of the people of the state of New York, including residents and institutions within our county and throughout the state. I believe it is appropriate for your office to review these matters under the applicable attorney conduct rules. Thank you for attention to this matter. And of course, the tweet that goes along with this letter says today, following allegations of mortgage fraud against her, I have sent a letter seeking disciplinary proceedings to determine whether Letitia James is fit to hold a law license in this state. I believe she is not, and her license should be revoked. Now, Representative Jim Jordan also weighed in, and of course, he has been calling many different hearings, including that of Fani Willis and people in her office. It might not be a surprise what side he's falling down on.
This may be the biggest irony I've ever seen in American politics, that it looks like she's engaged in the same thing she charged President Trump with. I mean, turns out you can't have your principal residence in Virginia and be the Attorney General of New York. Turns out you can't on a mortgage form say that your dad is actually your husband, and you also can't say that you got a 4-unit property that's actually 5 units. Those are the 3 things that it looks like she did over a long period of time, and yet she had the gall to go after President Trump. You got to be kidding me. So, yeah, I think this is real. We'll see. Her comments so far, she's been kind of quiet. Of course, she does a typical thing the left always does. The left will they'll always accuse us of what they're doing. And the other thing they always do, the left will tell a lie. Trump did something wrong. Big media will report it. Big tech will amplify it. And then if you tell the truth, they call you names. And that's exactly what she did. I think she called President Trump and his administration bullies for simply pointing out that it looks like She lied on these forms, and she did it to get better terms and a better rate on the loans. So she was doing it for personal gain, and you're not supposed to do those kind of things.
And finally, Letitia James herself did speak out, y'all. Of course, she's gonna call this a witch hunt, but she didn't come out forcefully and say that she didn't do any of these things. And in fact, when asked if she had done any of these things, she avoided the question, interestingly. So we're gonna present this interview under fair use for commentary purposes.
Good to see you, Ms. James. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Errol.
Absolutely. What is going on here? Did anybody contact you before this letter went out accusing you of this, that, and the other and making a criminal referral about real estate transactions?
No, not at all. And let me just say to all New Yorkers and to all Americans, the allegations are baseless. The allegations are nothing more than a revenge tour. And as you mentioned, my office was successful in securing a $454 million judgment against Donald Trump and others for exaggerating the value of his assets. He engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud. And the interest is accruing each and every day while the case is on appeal in the First Department. It's important that individuals know that this is nothing more than the continuation of the tour. He went after law firms, universities, immigrants, women. Thousands of federal employees right now are unemployed. Our government is in chaos and in disarray. Medicaid, Social Security, CFPB, and the list goes on and on and on. And as you know, as you mentioned, each and every day, my office is leading the fight against these executive orders, which have no legal import at all, have no legal significance. And we are standing up for the rights and privileges of New Yorkers and Americans. I will not be silenced. I will not be bullied. I will not bend. I will not break. And I will not bow to anyone. No one is above the law, including the President of these United States.
Okay.
The Office of the Attorney General will continue to stand up.
Let me follow up of some of what's in this this letter. It says, according to media reports, which for us in the media is kind of a red flag, meaning that it seems to be based on some social media posts that I know were made by partisan political actors. But just let me ask you about some of the specifics in the letter. They're saying that your house in Brooklyn is a legal 5-family and the mortgage on it is for a 4-family house. Is that true?
So let me just say that, Errol, you know, as any good attorney, I will not litigate this case in a camera. It's important that we will respond to these allegations at the appropriate time and in an appropriate way. But I will not go back and forth with respect to these baseless allegations. I am more focused again on standing up for the freedoms, the liberties, and for the rule of law in the state of New York.
I was under the impression by all of this that what they were really looking for is what they got, which is a headline saying, Tish James is under a criminal investigation. Is that pretty much what's going on here?
Yeah, that's what they got. That's what they got. And it's unfortunate that you have some of these right-wing conservative individuals who are camped out in front of my home and in front of the homes of my relatives in Virginia, harassing them each and every day. And it's unfortunate, knocking on the doors of my neighbors and the neighbors of my relatives in the state of Virginia. And it is nothing more than a headline. Nothing more than, again, retaliation against all of the actions that I have taken successfully against Donald Trump.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness, you could almost see the fear all over Letitia James' face in that one. I mean, she knows it's time for her to pay. She keeps screaming that no one is above the law while actively trying to be above the law, saying that this is a baseless claim. These are baseless claims, a baseless case they're trying to bring against her. But no, guys, what we're seeing Letitia James now in hot water about is essentially what she came after Donald Trump for. She said that he inflated the value of his property, overvalued devalued them in order to get more favorable mortgages, favorable rates. And she essentially deflated the value of her properties in order to get these better interest rates, favorable loan terms, and that is illegal. The same thing that she came after Donald Trump for, she's now being prosecuted for, except she actually did it. Donald Trump, there was no victims in this case. No one was complaining, saying that Donald Trump was trying to get over them or take advantage. It was all Letitia James, her political motivation behind pursuing Donald Trump. Now it's coming back to bite her. I mean, you can't do that and then think you're going to be getting away scot-free. This is a very bizarre case of that delusional reality we see a lot of these loonies on the left living in. Letitia James keeps trying to run and cry that she's the victim in this situation. She's being politically targeted and bullied by the Trump administration into silence, but we can all see, it's clear as day and black and white, that she committed fraud and she should be held accountable for it. I mean, in her own words, no one is above the law. It's your time to pay, Miss Letitia. But guys, definitely hop in the comments section. Comments are open, and I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking about this one. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.